Noise. Some people pay good money to hear it, but most of us try to avoid it. And the world keeps getting noisier, right? This is the future of noise. If you're a fan of science fiction, you know that the world of the future is supposed to be quiet. Doors that don't slam, but slide. Hovercraft that whoosh by, never honking. A world humming along to the barely audible whir of the computers powering everything around us. If you're paying attention to the world as it actually is, then you know that it only seems to be getting louder.
Noise is information you haven't decoded yet.
Bruce Odland and Sam Auenger are artists who work with sound.
Sync, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
They define noise as that rumbling combination of racket, ruckus, din, and dull roar that city dwellers learn to ignore. What does it mean to decode sound?
Well, we're expert non-listeners because there's so much that doesn't make sense to us that we've actually withdrawn from our incredible abilities to hear like a hunter-gatherer. We've withdrawn from those wonderful evolutionary skills we had to survive.
We're not even trying.
We're trying not. We look at ourselves in the mirror endlessly, but we never listen to ourselves. We've become a culture that's rather deaf.
They say our eyes won out over our ears long ago, when a noisy economy meant a productive economy. A little noise was a small price to pay for mass industrialization. It was the sound of progress.
This is the bass drum. This is the drum set of our economy. This means we really got an economy going. That's partly why people get frightened when they go someplace silent. There's nothing going on.
So noise is an afterthought, or it's a byproduct?
Or a waste stream. You could think of it as the waste stream of the economy. Because if we were truly concerned about efficiency, it wouldn't sound like this.
That's because, Odland and Auenger argue, noise is wasted energy. Quiet machinery is actually more efficient. Think hybrid or electric cars. In the meantime, we are drowning in noise. And there's big money to be made canceling and controlling all this clatter. Meet Kevin Surace, CEO of Sirius Materials.
Every 10 dB is twice as loud to your ear. Forget the math and everything else. That's what you got to know. So 50 dB to you, to your ear, is twice as loud as 40, which is twice as loud as 30.
And how many dB are you right now?
I talk around 65 dB.
Really? So,
yes.
So my eardrums should be exploding, because
that's pretty loud, except they're slight bursts. But if I was talking at 85 dB, which I could probably do.
Oh my gosh, wow.
It's really loud.
I need to be soundproofed right now.
Yeah, that's probably 80 dB or something, and I probably overloaded the mics.
And people seeking a little peace and quiet have made his company a serious success. The technology for producing sound has thus far outstripped the technology for soundproofing.
Very much.
Listen to this gong. Now hear this gong treated with Surace's special plastic polymer that suppresses sound. Wah, wah.
I can tell you, standing behind this gong, it's easily 120 dB. That really hurt. You hit it good and hard.
I needed the Emperor to hear it. He's way down the street.
He heard it all right.
But could things ever get too quiet? Remember those hybrids? Automobiles that are pretty silent are an issue for you.
Most certainly, most certainly. You see, because we use the sound of the vehicle not only to determine the fact that there is a vehicle approaching, but also to get an estimated distance away.
Sure. Spencer Westthorpe is 95% visually impaired. He points out that for the blind, the elderly, and small children, a silent car can be a silent killer. That's why car makers like Lotus have introduced technology to make hybrid and electric cars noisier. Colin Peachy is chief engineer at Lotus Engineering. You think that people will be customizing their cars for safety reasons and for other reasons, enjoyment reasons, to sound like a whole range of things?
That's right, you've got total freedom. Like on your phone these days, you can change your ringtone as you like. You can change the sound of your car as well.
Customized sound for your vehicle. That's right, a ringtone for your car. So now, what is this? Ooh, this is Spaceship. I'm in Spaceship mode.
Spaceship 1.
Spaceship 1, okay. All right, let's go to Spaceship 2. See, this sounds like Crisis. It sounds like something's wrong, like Lotus, we have a problem. And can you bring me back to the silent mode? If you think the sound of a spaceship cruising down your cul-de-sac might just be disorienting, you're right. That's why Japan is considering mandating a uniform car sound for hybrids. Of course, too little sound is hardly our biggest hearing problem, as Bruce Odland and Sam Auinger showed me on a visit to one of New York's most expensive neighborhoods. So we're on the Brooklyn waterfront overlooking Manhattan. This is very, very pricey real estate.
Absolutely. Obviously, they're appealing to the eye, not the ear, because if they were making the real estate value judged on this acoustic environment, it's a total nightmare.
Indeed, the sound meter barely went below 80 decibels.
I mean, you can barely think. You're walking on the street here with your little girl. You're gonna have to shout to her, do you want an ice cream cone?
And she's probably gonna think that you're really angry.
Right,
because of all the noise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it would be a lot lovelier if you didn't have to shout.
Don't take it personally.